In today's video, we're going to talk about inefficiency of a minimum wage. And to start it off, we already know that minimum wage causes an inefficient outcome, and that causes the quantity of labor employed to be less than the efficient quantity. Now, we also know that the supply curve measures marginal social cost, but in this case, it measures the marginal social cost of labor to workers. And this cost is leisure forgone because when you work, what you forgo is leisure. Now, the demand curve measures marginal social benefit from labor, and this benefit is the value of goods and services produced. Pretty simple. Now, I'm going to go through an example to show why minimum wage is bad. So here you can see that the red line, which is my minimum wage, is set above the equilibrium wage, and that would probably cause a decrease in the quantity of labor employed. Now, that is not the only thing it causes. What else it causes? It causes a deadweight loss to arise. So the area I'm tracing, gray, is the deadweight loss. So the minimum wage that being set above the equilibrium wage causes a deadweight loss. Again, that is not all it causes. It also causes a potential loss from the increased job search for both for workers and firms. So this area that I'm tracing pink or light red, I think it's just pink, that is the potential loss from increased job search, and this would decrease two things. It would decrease the worker surplus, which I am tracing green, and it would also decrease the firm surplus, which I am tracing blue. And we'll just write that in the right color. So this is the firm's surplus, and there's a horrible lag. So this is the firm's surplus, and this here is the worker's surplus. Worker's surplus. So you can already see how the potential loss causes both firms and workers to lose, because without the minimum wage rate, we won't have a deadweight loss, we won't have potential loss. This green area would expand to fill this pink and gray area that I'm tracing right up to the 6. The firms will also expand their surplus to fill this pink and gray area right up to the 6. So then this is what minimum wage costs. Minimum wage causes both firms and workers to lose. Now, in an unregulated labor market, it allocates an economy's scarce labor resources to jobs which they are best at, and this is how we gain an efficient market. So, the summary of the example: a minimum wage set above the equilibrium wage causes a decrease in the quantity of labor employed, unemployment, and increased job search. It also causes a deadweight loss to arise, and this causes a potential loss from increased job search born from the workers looking for jobs. At the quantity of labor employed, the marginal social benefit exceeds the marginal social cost, and deadweight loss shrinks both the firm's and the workers' surplus. Now, I know that this doesn't look how it looks because you usually look at marginal social cost as the supply curve and marginal social benefit as the demand curve. Well, in this case, the benefit that the firms and the workers get from just hiring more people, they really exceed the cost of hiring those people, because the value of the goods produced by more workers and the firms hiring more exceeds the cost, the leisure forgone that the workers forgo when they work. And this because the marginal social benefit exceeds marginal social costs. This causes the deadweight loss, and that shrinks the firm's and workers' surplus. Now, the full loss, of course, is this gray area plus this pink area, which is deadweight loss plus potential loss. So I want to end this video with a question: is the minimum wage fair? The minimum wage is unfair on both views of fairness, which we went through in the past couple of videos, or in one of my past videos with respect to the rent ceilings. It delivers an unfair result and imposes an unfair rule. The unfair result is because only people with jobs benefit from the minimum wage. The unemployed end up worse off than they would be without minimum wage because they don't have a job to begin with. So then they don't have a job, and it's even harder to find a job now. So then, of course, they'll end up worse off than they would be without the minimum wage. Now, when the wage rate doesn't allocate labor, other mechanisms come to work, and those mechanisms are things that we went through before when we were doing price ceilings, and one example of that is discrimination. Just hiring people based on their looks, based on what you like about them. Minimum wage imposes an unfair rule because it blocks voluntary exchange. Firms are willing to hire more people, and more people are willing to work, but they are not allowed to do so because of the minimum wage, or it will become more disadvantageous to the firms to hire more people because they have to pay the minimum wage. And that's all I want to talk about with respect to minimum wage in this chapter. In the next video, we're going to go through taxes. Other than that, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.